What's up, everybody? Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool live stream slash video. I hope I don't have any issues tonight like we did last night, and if we do, I'll keep you updated in the chat, and that's what I'm gonna do. So anyways, yes, my hair is gray. You'll probably notice that right off the bat. I just got back from day 2 of a convention, local convention that I've been going to, which is a lot of fun. And I didn't know what to do today, and you know, I've been live streaming every day, and why would I stop doing that? You know, it's awesome. So hello everybody, everyone's saying hi. So hello, and I hope you guys are gonna enjoy what hopefully will be a pretty awesome stream. So let's get this ugly face with the grayish hair, which looks absolutely horrifying right now, and we'll get to the game if it ever comes up. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. There it is, yeah. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. It's been a pretty tiring day for me, but that's not going to stop me from, you know, getting videos done and obviously live streaming. So it's been an interesting week, and I actually had a lot of videos recorded prior, and I need stuff for tomorrow yet, so I still, after this live stream, I still have to actually go and record another video for tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting. The time currently where I am at, it is 3 minutes, actually now 2 minutes till 9 o'clock p.m., so awesome. So I hope everyone's having a fantastic night. This is just going to be, I don't even know what kind of video this is going to be. I'm literally just going to go into a sandbox and mess around with whatever I want to do. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Who knows what we'll come up with. So it could be anything. I could build a roller coaster. I kind of want to experiment a little bit, maybe work on more building skills, practice for future things, because I got, you know, I have to record something for tomorrow, so that's going to be also another thing to do. So I want to build some sort of coaster that, you know, maybe something I'm not very familiar with. So let's see. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with all of them, so I don't know. Let's see, we did, I kind of want to do something dueling almost, even though I just made a dueling coaster in that Six Flags park not too long ago. Because dueling coasters are always fun, and I want to practice to get that, you know, a little bit down, a little bit better, you know, that'd be a lot of fun, but I don't know. I just want to mess around pretty much, and that's going to be the focus on this video. I mean, I could go ahead and finish, you know, what we were working on last night and stuff, so I don't know. Man, let's see. I already dedicated a video to the launch torque coaster, so let's rule that one out. I've already done, I do RMC quite often, so let's try and keep that out of there. Oh, what is one that I don't do often? I don't really want to do Looney Turns. I never do that one. I'm just not a big fan of that coaster type. Don't know why. I've only done Eurofighter, like once, and it actually turned out pretty cool. I haven't done a winged in a while. I do wooden coasters very often. I done a mine train in Westwood. Hyper coasters. I don't know. You know, I don't really care for the Free Swing Pioneer. I mean, it's a very unique ride, but I think there's only like a couple in existence. So, let's see. I got some people saying Dive, Eurofighter, American Aero, Dive. Quite a few people want to see a dive coaster. Which is kind of interesting because a lot of people always get upset when parks add dive coasters, which is kind of ironic, because a lot of them are the same. What the heck? We're gonna go with dive coaster, and I've got a pretty cool idea. I've actually done this idea before, but it's gonna be kind of interesting here. So this is gonna be fun. I'm just messing around today. I don't feel like doing anything official because it's been a long day, so I just literally want to play around today. I apologize if that's inconvenient for you guys, but, you know, I do my best to try and get some videos out or live stream every single day, at least at the moment, you know. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep this streak going, as I will be starting up work, actually this week, Thursday to be exact. All right, let's go with a chain lift. I believe most of these have a 45-degree angle. Somewhere around there. Yeah, not quite 60. But we'll see. You'll see what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, I can't satisfy everyone. There was more people saying dive coasters, so I apologize if I didn't pick what you wanted me to pick. Again, you can only satisfy so many people. And, you know, it really is the truth. You're not going to make every single person happy. Alright, how tall do I want this? Maybe we should make it kind of more unique and not make it like the typical dive coaster. A lot of them exceed 200 feet, so I'll make this one not quite as tall as Valraven, which is the tallest dive coaster in the world, but I'll make it a pretty good height of about 15. Or about 15. What am I talking? Where did 15 come out of my mouth for? 200, anyways. Now, the way I'm gonna make this really, or the way I'm gonna try and make this unique is, you'll see here in just a moment. Let's see. I'm gonna try and make this a very unique dive coaster. So we're gonna try and do some elements that you wouldn't see very often. Let's get rid of the optional catwalk here. Alright, so I'm going to stop right there, and we're going to go into the terrain tool, and this is going to be a lot of fun. I actually created one of these, kind of like this off-screen at one time. It was during, like, the alpha stages, so I haven't done it since full release, and I was wanting to make a dive coaster going off of, like, this awesome mountain or cliff, and it's actually really, really cool. It adds so much more to it. So if you're going to do a dive coaster, try and make it at least a little bit unique. I don't usually very often make original layouts for dive coasters, you know. Most of the time mine are usually, you know, what the dive coasters usually do. You know, you start out with the emblem and stuff like that. But I know dive coasters can be kind of like a little bit of a oh man, a dive coaster. This park's just trying to get money from the GP, you know. But we're gonna make this one, you know, where the coaster enthusiasts are gonna be excited too, and that's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna do a very unique layout. At least I'm gonna try and do a unique layout. That's gonna be the idea. We're going to dive it right off the cliff. I want to try this to make sure that the supports are like literally riding this cliff. Like it's just going to be like this mountain was made for this ride. That's going to be like our goal here. And I got to make sure the cliff is pretty much like vertical as well. That way that will work out at the same time. So that will be cool, and let's see, we're going to want to push this just a little bit, and maybe even make it, you know, go down here even further, so it even goes down into a little bit of a valley. That way the drop can be massive. So it might not be the tallest in the world, but it might have the longest and largest drop in the world. But we'll see how tall this gets, because I want to make like this little valley. That would be really cool. Anyways, yeah. So this is going to be a very simple ride. I don't know if it'll be anything special or anything like that, but I'll make it really cool, really awesome. As for maybe make it kind of a thing like I did on Alcone. I can't even pronounce the ride that I named. I think it's like Alcone. which was Spanish for hawk slash falcon. Pretty much falcon in Spanish. I wanted to come up with a very unique name, and it was actually, I thought it was pretty clever. So let's try and get you all like this. I think we should add some water in some certain areas too. There we go. Alright, let's just create little cliffs off to the side here. It'd be kind of cool, really neat. And we'll try and smooth these out a little bit more. So we're going to have a pretty stinking massive drop on this. It's actually going to be pretty impressive. While I'm doing this, because the stream has a little bit delayed, after the drop, I want to hear what you guys think of the first element. Obviously, I don't really want to start out with Emmelman because all dive coasters start out with Emmelmans, and I want this to be a very unique dive coaster, just for fun. We're going to create a nice, unique dive coaster. Now, for the first elements, I was thinking something similar to an Emmelman, but not an Emmelman, if that makes sense. Something that will kind of turn it around, but I'm not entirely sure. So, I'd like to hear what you guys think of what kind of inversion element. It doesn't have to be an inversion, but usually it starts off with an inversion. I want this to be like the most exciting dive coaster ever. Something that is very interesting. That wouldn't make you go, oh, that's a typical dive coaster element right there. I want to make sure it still feels like a B&M at the same time, so... Oh, I thought it was on the smooth tool, and I was like, why is this pushing it down? That's kind of weird. I'm going to smooth out these cliff sides a little bit. Make those nice and pretty. Zero G stall would be kind of interesting. I love inversions that have lots, almost slow motion inversions as well. Those are really fun. Alright, so we might have to use the terrain tool a little bit more here to push this out of the way, because this is going to be a vertical drop. Yep, so we're going to push this out of the way just a little bit more. So we're going to push you out of the way, make sure you're not in the way of my track. It'll be a nice cliff, and we'll decorate everything to make it look a little bit more realistic, kind of like with some rocks and different stuff like that. So it's going to be typical dive coaster drop. It's going to have obviously the vertical drop, which makes sense. It's a dive coaster. That's what makes a dive coaster a dive coaster. So let's see, we're going to go down, and let's go down even a little bit further while I'm leveling this out. So I don't really want to adjust it, so I'm just going to lower this just a little bit more. I could just do auto tunnel, but might as well get to the terrain as much as we can. And I'm going to mess with the terrain a little bit more after we get the layout done, so it kind of matches and looks a lot nicer in the end. So we have a nice long, leveling out drop here. That's going to be kind of the idea. Let's go auto tunnel. It's going to be, like I said, this is going to be a massive drop, and that's kind of the goal here. So let's get the terrain to match this just a little bit better, kind of like so, smoothed out. Push this out just a little bit. Sorry if I'm ignoring the chat just a couple of times. Sometimes I'd get in the bad habit of not watching the chats, and people get annoyed a little bit, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I get so focused into the game sometimes that I kind of lose track that people are watching. Alright, so a lot of people just, I couldn't make it go underground. That'd be kind of cool to have like a little tunnel that goes into, but for right now, I think I'm going to do that, but for right now, we'll keep it outside. And then once we get done with the layout, we'll come back and maybe enclose it into some terrain and stuff and make a kind of nice little tunnel. That's actually a really great idea. Thank you for suggesting that. So we will add a tunnel to this, an actual terrain tunnel, and make it really, really cool. That'll be actually, I like that idea. So, all right. So first elements. Let's see. I don't know. A lot of people saying 0G stall, which is actually interesting. So I'm just gonna experiment and see what happens. Maybe I'm gonna look at the in-game stuff, see what there is. Let's see. So obviously you have your sidewinder. We don't want to do anything like this. Let me grow these elements up a little bit. What is this? This is just a half loop element. We don't want to do an element. We can do, what is this? This is just an inclined 45-degree thing right there. The Norwegian loop, which is interesting. Those are all going kind of the wrong way though. All right, so we have large loops. Let's see what kind of rolls there are. We got a corkscrew. Oh, these butterfly inversion. I've never actually seen that on a coaster before, honestly. Just looking at it, like in a way, I kind of want to do. I want to make sure it's unique, but at the same time, I want to make sure it feels like it could be real. You know, I don't want to do anything like out of the ordinary. Something that's just kind of interesting. You know, 0G roll, I mean, not really any dive coaster start out with a 0G roll after its first drop. You know, just little things like that. Let's see what non-inverting has. We do have non-inverted loops. I saw someone say that, which is actually kind of interesting. I think that would actually be really cool. We should probably make sure we're testing here. Before we get to that, let me change the lift chain speed to about 7 or 8. 7 will be alright, I think. We're going to start test and press play here so we can make sure everything's going to be cool. So I always thought non-inverting loops are actually very thrilling and actually really cool because, you know, they're non-inverting, but they still do this loop and you like do this twist, and it's actually really neat. I might add this later into the coaster, but not as the first element. So I don't think we're going to start that off for the first elements. Let's see. We can. I kind of want to do an element that maybe goes back this way. I'm not sure. Like I said, I can do a non-inverting loop, but I think I might do that later in the ride if I choose to do that. Look at these footers. My goodness. They're just kind of really long. That's interesting. All right. Lots of different things to choose from. I don't even know what to do. So I'm going to try and experiment here and maybe use a little bit of terrain integration. Oh, it's over 80 miles an hour. That's very good. All right, so we're at negative 85 feet at this point. That's awesome. That's interesting. So I kind of want to make a very large inversion. I don't want to do an Emmelman. That's too cliche. But I do want to make this a very large element. I don't know what to start out with. I really don't know. I kind of want to do like a 0G stall almost, or something very interesting that you wouldn't usually see. So I'm going to raise the banking offset a little bit so we get a little bit of a, a little bit of a turn here. All right, so maybe we should go straight up just a little bit further. I don't want to go. I want it to go kind of slow and get some ridiculous airtime. Actually, let's start going back up here. Almost like a nice giant airtime hill at first. That's what it's going to kind of look like. And then we're just going to twist it around and into inversion here. Kind of like a twisty here. And it should go, has some pretty good speed through here. And I'm thinking about putting on some auto tunnels. Yeah, it's already on, so because this is going to be a very terrainy kind of coaster. So we're going to get it turned back around here, and let's see. It's going to be very interesting. And I'm going to go to the terrain just so I can kind of see all this happening. So I'm going to try and get this all set. And like I said, I might add some interesting tunnels and stuff. You know, maybe even when it dives down here as well. But I kind of want to leave it open just for right now so I can kind of see the track a little bit better and get the track smoothed. I find it easier to kind of smooth out and adjust when I can actually see it. It's a little bit difficult when it's underground, so we're going to do that and use the smooth tool a little bit for right now. It's going to be interesting, so let's go back and make sure that this smooths out. That's what I thought. Oh gosh, no, I didn't press that button. I pressed Control X. So it's very interesting, you know, how it like completely messes up your element sometimes in Planet Coaster, which is actually very annoying. So you have to do some other things and then smooth a certain part out before it'll let you smooth it out. Otherwise, it kind of freaks out sometimes, and we don't want that. Alright, that's nice, and it's looking pretty good there. This looks like it's a little bit rough still, so we'll get in there. And that's looking quite good. Have I ever made a prototype wing coaster? If that means prototype as in first of its kind, I'm not entirely sure. You know, I mean, I've made custom wing coasters, but I don't exactly know. Does Planet Coaster have continuous roll? I guess you'll have to explain a little bit of what that means. I guess I don't understand fully. Sorry. Alright, why don't we do like a little twist coming out of this, going this direction. I want to do something very interesting, and this is something I like on other coasters, and it would be very unique, I think, on a dive coaster, is kind of getting some ejector airtime, and that means like having it close to the ground, kind of, where it's going to eject you out of your seat and you're at very high speeds. So kind of like maybe a little spot right here. Again, I want to do something very unique with this ride and make it very interesting and not like your typical dive coaster. I want to make it like a very, very unique dive coaster. And that's why we have like this interesting first element, I think, that, you know, doesn't start off with an emblem, like every single one. There we go. Oh gosh, now auto failed. You didn't even try. Even though I didn't want that. Building a fourth dimension. Yeah, I'm up for building it. I just don't know how well I would build something like that. I definitely have seen Silverette's tutorial on how to build 4D coasters, and it was actually very helpful. So I might try an attempt at myself. You know, I need to get good at building all different kinds of rides, you know, obviously. I might have to work on this roll a little bit. I don't know how that's going to turn out. We'll ride it later in a little bit and see how that means. See how it looks off-ride. A little bit jagged. We might have to adjust that just a little bit more. But that would be kind of cool. I mean, I want to add make sure this is banked just a little bit more. A little bit sharper banking here, because usually the smooth tool will kind of get rid of your banking, which I don't really care for. I I like to have my banking. It's like I want to bank my rides, or bank the tracks. Alright, we might smooth out this transition just a little bit more, though. Kind of like that. It's going to be a very quick transition. But, sorry I'm getting a little behind on the chat. Again, I always get a little off. But, you asked if I could look at your last comment, and you said, can I make Cyclone at Coney Island at New York, please? I don't know about this stream, but maybe someday in the future. I don't know that coaster very well, so possibly. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit behind. What PC am I playing on? I have an iBuyPower. I don't know exactly the name of it and stuff like that. And then, as stated just now, yes, I am doing a current recreation series of Silver Dollar City. I usually prefer just to do one at a time, so, except I am kind of working a little bit on a Cedar Point recreation, but that one's just kind of a one that, you know, I'm kind of maybe doing sometimes off screen and stuff like that, so that one's not always going to be on screen. Alright, so now I want to do another inverting element here. So, just coasters in general. I mean, yeah. I mean, I might throw in a stream maybe someday and just do a recreation. That's actually something I probably should be doing, to be honest. It's actually a good idea for some live streams to use for making some recreations myself, you know, on live streams. I've done it before, but... Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Alright, so the next elements, I kind of want to do another inverting elements, and then maybe a mid-course break run. Have I seen RMC Main Streak? I've seen some new photos, and it's... That first element is like this huge top hat. It'd be kind of... It's actually very interesting. Alright, I almost kind of want to do an overbank turn over the first drop. I don't know why. It's going to be fun. Great Twisted Colossus in the future. I mean, I might tackle that one. I'm not very good with dual coasters, but it'd be very good practice, definitely. Oh, gosh. Eurofighter coaster recreation. The world's steepest... Oh, okay. I don't know. I think I've seen that one before. I never actually knew the name of it. Alright, I'm going to do like this. I got an idea. I'm going to create a unique element here. Kind of. We're going to do this overbank turn. It's going to bank over. And then we're going to invert. Just for fun. I'm sorry if I'm not like 100% at effort right now. It's again been that long day. That'll be kind of cool. But I'm just in that experimental mood of trying to do some different elements on here that's kind of unique. At least I'm trying to make it a little bit unique. So it's not a really long roll after this, you know, little, almost is like a half overbank turn into a barrel roll almost. Or like an incline twist or something, whatever you want to call it. But what screen recorder do I use? I have two different ones that I use. I use OBS for mostly live streams, just live streaming. And I use Bandicam for, I actually paid for it, the Bandicam full version for just recording regular videos. So I use two different things. Because I feel like Bandicam has a really high quality video for recording a little bit better than OBS in my opinion. So I decided to put out the money for that, for recording videos, and then for live streams I use OBS. I don't even know if you can do live streams on, or use live streams on, or do live streaming on Bandicam or not. I've never actually looked into that. But OBS is a very great for a free product, or for being a free software, you know. I think it's actually really good. Alright, I think we can get into the mid-course brake run. You know, most dive coasters get into the mid-course brake run like right after its first element, and it's like, why? You know, you have so much potential, and then you just get into, you know, you just completely in the ride, or like you're halfway through the ride after one element. You know, I don't really care for that. So we're gonna go up kind of here, and I'm gonna have to mess with the terrain a bit. So I think I'm gonna go up here. I don't want to like lose any momentum, so I want to make sure we're going up and have like almost to no speed when we get to the brake run. Yeah, OBS can be a little bit tricky, but after you get your settings just right, you can usually use it pretty well without lagging. I've had many issues with OBS trying to, you know, get everything optimized to what my PC can do, so it's actually very can be kind of stressful sometimes. In fact, that's the original reason why I got Bandicam at first, because I couldn't figure out OBS. For some reason, it started messing up on me, so I had to change a lot of settings and stuff like that. Alright, so we already have 2 inversions right before the mid-course brake run, and I also want to make sure this is the B&M dive coaster with the most inversions as well. And I think we can go just a little bit higher. Because I want to make sure that I don't want to like lose, I want to lose as less speed as possible when we hit this brake run. Like I said, I want to make sure it's still like a B&M dive coaster. I just want to make sure it's a very unique one. That is going to be my goal here. Oh darn, we're going to be very close to the lift hill here. So I might just, it might be just a little bit smaller than I thought, so. Sorry, am I getting... Can I make Texas Cyclone at Six Flags Astro World? I've never actually heard of that, so I might have to look that up. So as for recreations, you know, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I have a lot of different things to do. So you take inspiration from my creations and you like... Sorry, I'm trying to read and more comments are popping up and I can't read properly. Inspiration from your creations and I like your series. Thank you very much. That's actually really nice. I appreciate that. It's always nice to hear when, you know, people enjoy your stuff. Alright, how slow are you going here? Okay. I want to create like this little dip. For some reason. Alright, I'm trying to get... Oh, gosh. Read my last comment, too. I'm sorry! Your last comment, accelerator at Knott's Berry Farm. That would be a fun one as well. When you say, can I make them? I mean, of course I can recreate as best as I can. But, I mean, obviously I'm going to try my best to try and get as many out there. I need to do recreations more often. I do agree. I'm going to try and start doing some more recreations more often. And eventually, hopefully, I will get to all these. So, sorry, I'm so behind on all the comments. And on top of that, the stream's delayed and stuff like that. So, you probably spend too much of your free time watching my videos. It's okay. I spend too much free time playing Planet Coaster. So I literally have this last week, I don't know how many hours I have on this game. Like, it's probably pretty freaking ridiculous how many hours I have on this game. A total of hours, I think I'm at 330. I think at the beginning of the week I had like 290 something. So Okay, so what is my favorite steel coaster? I'm trying to stay ahead in the comments as well, because I want to make sure I'm talking to you guys at the same time. I'm trying not to ignore your comments. I just kind of get a little behind on them sometimes. My favorite steel coaster, and it's also my favorite coaster I've ever ridden. My coaster count, I'm not as proud as my coaster count as I should be, because it's only probably about 50-something, to be honest, and that's not very good for someone who loves roller coasters like me, and I'm trying to get out there more often. Each and every year, I'm actually taking some trips every year, so my favorite steel coaster would have to be Maverick at Cedar Points. I absolutely love Maverick, my absolute favorite, and I was not expecting that to be my favorite at Cedar Point. I really wasn't. Alright, so as for... I want to make sure the release speed is really high so we can keep that speed up. That's going to be my thing. So de-acceleration rate, brake target speed. We'll see how that actually works. So I have like a block section there. But, sorry, I'm getting behind again. Original Texas Giant at Six Flags Over Texas. That'd be really cool. Have I ever streamed on Twitch? I do, yes. I have streamed on Twitch. Sorry, I'm getting behind. And sorry if it takes up to like a minute before I get to your questions and stuff. Yes, I actually streamed on Twitch yesterday because I was having difficulties streaming on YouTube yesterday. So, I honestly do prefer Twitch. I think it's a little bit more reliable, in my opinion, but everyone watches on YouTube more than anything, and when I'm on Twitch, I actually live stream kind of sometimes very often over there, and, you know, I actually don't, no one actually gets over to Twitch, you know, and it's the same name, JLW Games and stuff like that, and I have it linked to my YouTube, so it should notify you guys when I'm streaming on Twitch as well, but no one ever usually gets over there. They usually only come when it's on YouTube, so I usually just stick with YouTube most of the time, so you guys don't miss anything. But yes, there is a lot of people trying to talk to me at once, and that's one thing I love about being a smaller channel, is that I can actually reply to everyone, you know, without, you know, being madness. And if I ever be one of those bigger YouTubers those days, and you see the chat section, it's almost pointless because there's so many comments coming in at once and you can't read anything. So it's almost pointless. Not saying that comments are pointless, but I'm just saying you can't read them and answer anything. When you're watching me, when you're not watching me, you're watching Silverette or playing your game yourself. That's good. You know, Silverette's... if you want inspiration, if you want tips on how to play the game, go watch Silverette, man. He is the king of playing a coaster. Viper at Six Flags Magic Mountain, that'd also be a really good one. Ghost Rider, also a good one. I mean, I need to get back to the Recreation series, so... Sorry, I'm just answering these so long, so... Oh, I would love to come to Carowinds. Fury 325 is definitely on my bucket list. So yes, I do plan on getting to Carowinds someday in the future. Probably not this year, but maybe if I can, you know, I'm trying to plan trips to new parks each and every year so I can get to everything. I need to get down to Busch Gardens. This dive coaster is breaking a lot of records. Yes, it will. Sorry, I'm trying to skim through a little bit of the questions. So my coaster count's around 50. I actually haven't tallied them up. I could tally them up, which I need to do before I get too far ahead, and actually tally them up and see where I'm at. Alright, I'm almost down to the bottom. Maximum number of trains that you can run on a coaster. It just depends on the track type, I think, a lot. I'm actually getting very behind on, you know, making progress here because I'm trying to answer everyone's questions and not, I haven't even been paying attention to the train if it's making it through thoroughly or not. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be protective and answer everyone at the same time. I'm going to be protective for a little bit. But yes, Six Flags Magic Mountain is also on the bucket list. I'll have to go out there. I think we're going to be playing a trip sometime in California soon. I don't know how soon. whether it's going to be this year or next year, but we definitely are planning on going out to California and getting out there, and I'm going to try and drag my group over to Six Flags Magic Mountain and all those parks out there. Definitely. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of terraforming before we get in here, because I'm going to also have like another vertical drop, if not vertical, vertical here. So don't have much left here, obviously, because we're at the mid-course brake run, and as you can see how close it is to the station, and I realistically don't really want to have 2 lift hills. So I'm trying to be productive and answer your guys' question at the same time. You guys seem to slow down a little bit. As for any recreations, like everyone's saying you should do this and this, I get it. I'm going to have the same answer for all of those, I'm going to try and do my best to get back a little bit on recreating coasters more in the future when it comes to like live streaming and stuff. I'm going to try and do a little bit more recreations, maybe, hopefully soon, because a lot of people seem to want that, so I'm going to try and get to that as much as possible. Alright, this is going to be like a little dip kind of drop. I kind of want to make it large, but like not too large. Alright, let's make sure we have auto tunnels on. That way we can... Alright, how many inversions? I only have 2 inversions so far, I believe. Yes. I want to at least have 4. At least have 4 and make it, the dive coaster with the most inversions. That is a goal here. I mean, I could make it drop down a little bit further so we can build up a little bit more speed. So I might stay vertical here for a little bit longer and make this drop just a little bit bigger. There we go. Alright, I'm going to adjust the terrain now. Yeah, these inversions I kind of want to make a little bit larger, and I want to make sure they have lots of hang time, because those are very exciting elements. When you have inversions, like slow motion inversions. Oh, I love slow motion inversions, because you're hanging out upside down so long. It's awesome. Double loading platforms in Planet Coaster would be really cool as well. I'm sure a lot of the stuff will end up in the game. Stuff that we've been wanting will definitely end up in the game eventually. I have no doubt in that. As for transfer tracks, I thought they've talked about it in the very early stages. I watched a lot of live streams from Planet Coaster before the game was released, and they mentioned transfer tracks. I'm pretty sure they did. And it would be awesome to have some actual functioning transfer tracks, just for some realism purposes. I think it would be really, really neat. So that is one thing I hope they do add in the future. But if not, I've always been making kind of my own custom ones to make them look real and stuff like that. So, what is the #1 coaster I want to ride anywhere in the world? That is a very great question. Some really good questions coming in. The best, Maverick. I've been to Cedar Point. It's hard to top that. So what would be the next coaster that I have to ride? And if I had to choose one, it has to be Fury 325. I hear so many good things about that. I think Fury 325 is definitely a must in my life. I have to have that one. I have to have to ride that one. That's probably going to be the #1 right now for me until I get out to Carowinds. So I'm going to say definitely Fury 325 at the moment. But I would love... It's awesome that your home park is Carowinds, because I would love to be over there as well and actually get to ride Fury. That'd be awesome. Do I watch Coaster Studios? I actually do. He's actually one of my favorite YouTube channels to watch. He's really good at what he does. And I love watching his content and all the rumors and stuff like that. And it's also he's very entertaining, and I think he's a great channel. I think he definitely deserves a lot more subs, because I love his coaster parodies. Those are always fun too. Um, but I hear a lot of people are saying that Fury 325 is like the best coaster in the world. So definitely something that, you know, if people are saying that, I got to go get out there and ride it. Just hands down, you got to go ride it. But I finally got to Cedar Point for the first time last year. Absolutely amazing. You know, it's probably the biggest park I've ever been to since I've been alive, and I had a blast, man. Riding all those coasters was like heaven to me, and I've never been to a park with that many rides and coasters before, so it was very special to me to be able to experience that. All right, so I want to get something here to try and do multiple inversions coming up to the brake run, because I'm going to do the inversions and pretty much hit the brake run pretty quick. All right. Where is Silver Dollar City? Silver Dollar City is located in Branson, Missouri, which is about 30 minutes south from Springfield, Missouri, and it's a nice little town city. It's not really that big of a place. I mean, they're starting to really grow. I mean, they are growing. I would know better than anyone. But Silver Dollar City, it's a nice little family park. Obviously, the highlight attraction there is Outlaw Run. They got some pretty nice little coasters out there as well with Powder Keg and Thunderation, Wildfire. Those are some really good ones. And obviously, they're going to be adding another big ride next season in 2018. So that's going to be insane, pretty awesome. I was thinking about doing something like a roll where I could do 2 inversions real quick. Kind of like almost like a barrel roll going upwards here. And I kind of want to make it a nice slow inversion as well. And we're going to be losing speed, so we're going to probably want to... I know it looks jagged right now, but... And then I think we're going to do another roll right before we hit the brake run. So I'm going to go to 0 here. And we're going to go back and smooth all this out. This will be a very slow inversion at the end. It's going to be awesome. Oh, man, I forgot about the splashdown idea. Man, I really don't think I would be able to do a splashdown. I mean... Definitely in a future, if I ever do a dive coaster again, I need to do a splashdown. But it's something you do see quite often. This is more I guess I'm going to focus this more on a terrain kind of dive coaster more than anything. Alright, I need to angle. Let's actually make the brake run first so I can kind of get an idea of where that's going to be. What are my thoughts on the Frisco Silver Dollar line? That'd be the train of the steam train of the of Silver Dollar City, which is awesome. I know all the conductors and robbers out there. I actually almost worked out there, but I actually got a better opportunity, and I actually almost transferred over there, and it was it would be a lot of fun. Like one day I would love to work on the steam train. That is like a goal someday in my career, because it's a lot of fun. Because they prank each other all the time, and it's just nothing but good fun. Alright, it's not going to have too much speed, so I don't think we have to worry too much about... I think we're just going to twist the same way. It'll be a lot easier to fit this in here. But I wish I had a little bit more experience on like creating heartline rolls and stuff like that, but I don't. Otherwise, I probably would do that. No doubt. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to be able to smooth this out to, we're going to see if we can smooth this out. We're definitely going to try. Because that extra inversion is important to make it more of a record breaker. This is kind of an awkward kind of bend. It would make more sense if it was rolling the other way. Would I do another 24-hour live stream? Yeah. It was definitely a very tough thing to do. It was a very tough thing to do. It was a lot harder than I thought it would. I'm going to try this over again. But working on steam trains is awesome. You have 3 steam trains at Busch Gardens, and the crew is really awesome. Like I said, the steam train would be so much fun because they have the little train robbery show in the middle of the, they stop you out in the middle of the woods, and they have the train robber show. And being a train robber is so fun because the employees out there, they'll actually like mess with the lines of what, because they're, they can actually mess with their lines and throw the other person off, the other robber off, or the conductor even, because he's involved in the show as well. It's hilarious of what they do come up with. They'll prank each other. There was one time, one of them actually, my gosh, I cannot do this for the life of me. There was actually one time where the robbers, I wasn't here for this, I didn't see this in person, but the robbers actually abandoned the conductor at the show and left him, or actually stole the train from the conductor. And I thought that was hilarious. Because I actually used to work with used to work with the people that are now the leads and people in charge over there. They actually used to work where I work right now, so. But I absolutely love working at an amusement park or / theme park. It's still my first job, and most likely it will be my last. Not gonna lie. I enjoy working at parks, or working at a theme park so much. I don't know if I would do anything else. Because the most rewarding thing to me is, the guests that, just watching them have a great time is the most rewarding thing ever. What else am I going to do in this stream? I don't know. I'll probably, most likely, it's probably just going to be this. Depends how long this takes. Let's see, we're already working up to an hour, and I still have to record a video for tomorrow's, because I don't have a video for tomorrow yet, which is kind of a concern, because I actually have the last day of the convention that I'm going to, so this last turnaround's just kind of not working out very well. But I'm excited to get back to work because the park I work at opens I think March 15th. So we open pretty early and we don't close, and we're open through, actually this year we'll be open through New Year's Day, which is actually something new that they're doing this year. They're actually going to have the park open New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, which is kind of interesting. What is the video tomorrow? Well, since I've done Silver City the last 2 days, I'll probably record. I probably expect me to record Westwood tonight, simply because it's been more than a few days since I've posted that park, and I need to make some progress on it. All right, so I don't know how smooth this ending's gonna be, but hopefully it's going pretty slow enough that it's not gonna be too ridiculous, as in it's not gonna be like real jerky, but you never know. So I'm trying to get this to... I probably should have made this angled a little bit more, and in fact, I think I'm going to do that. So let me see how fast it's going. Yeah, I'm going to adjust that big time. And then at the very end, you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, especially with the terrain, it's going to be real low. It's a perfect ending. It's a perfect ending. Okay, so I'm going to work from this direction a little bit more. And I'm going to redo this roll. And I'm actually going to make it... Oh gosh. Why is this my life? I'm actually going to make it turn just a little bit more while we're rolling. Because that's how I roll. I can make this just a little bit smaller. And now we will get you here. And then hopefully I can connect you here. And hopefully with this will smooth out accordingly. There we go. See, it's going to be at a lower speed, so we can kind of get away with these tighter turns. After I get done with this, we will definitely ride it. No problem. Alright, so I think that's going to be a lot smoother. This roll actually turned out a lot better. Alright, just kind of smooth this out a little bit. And, the banking offset all the way. I usually do, and it always... And then I forget to set it back because it always turns it back. Because that usually kind of helps a little bit. Making it a little bit smoother. I've learned a lot. I actually learned that from Silverettes. But... yeah, I might actually go ahead and do that. Still not where I want it, smoothing wise. Your last comment, sorry. Duh. Have you heard of, is it Nobles in Pennsylvania? No. I have not. I apologize. But no, I don't think I've actually heard of that before. I'm assuming that's a park in Pennsylvania. When will you continue recreating rides? Possibly as early as the next live stream. Possibly. Usually on live streams, I don't usually much have... I probably should have a plan, but I usually don't have much plans before live streams. I'm just kind of like, right beforehand, I'm like, I'll do this today. That's kind of how it usually turns out. When's the next time I'll look at your creations? Like I said, I know the stream's a little delayed. It just kind of happens, you know, I'm just kind of like... just kind of decide at last second, you know. Which is probably kind of a bad habit, but... like, I should probably plan things out a little bit better. It's pronounced Knobles, sorry. I must have read it wrong. I'll do a POV in just a moment. I'm just trying to do a little bit of final smoothing on this to make sure it's good. I'm looking at the... it's a little bit better. It's still quite a bit wonky up here. Gosh darn it. Smooth. Alright. Alright, sweet. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and give it a test run. And see how well the smoothing is. If it needs to be adjusted, we'll go back and adjust some parts. And I'll try and keep note of where that's at. Alright, so we're going to go drop into this lift hill. I love the sounds. They did a really good job with the sounds. What will the name be? I don't exactly know. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of a little bit slow lift hill. Did it change? Sometimes when I change it, it doesn't change the lift hill speed. I even checked to see if it changes it. It says it did, and then it goes back. It's alright because it's going to be slow at the top anyways with the drive tires and getting to the thing. So it's not going to affect anything on the drop. So we'll change that again later. Man, 39 people watching. Awesome. We almost have 40 viewers. That's incredible. I think my record for most viewers at a time was like 60-something. I think it was around 60-something. Oh, here we go. Man, it's much different than, you know, a normal dive coaster. And I love that. Kind of get that little ejector at a time. I might adjust that a little bit. Yeah, we need to do a little bit extra smoothing. And we're going to go up here real slow like and turn into the mid-course brake run. As it goes a little bit slow here. And we'll dive down again into the final elements, which will roll upwards. And then we're like, oh, yay, the ride's pretty much over. And then you're like, oh, no, there's one more slow roll. Still not very smooth. That would be so insane in real life if you had a roll that slow. Of course, I don't know if it'd get passed for having one that slow. All right, so overall, for, you know, the first ride, you know, it wasn't too bad. There's a lot of difference, a couple different spots that I think we could smooth out a little bit more. And this was a little bit jagged here, so I'm going to kind of see if I can't smooth this out just a little bit more. Work with that just a little bit. Excellent. Excelente. Mexcellente. Alright, we're up to 40 viewers, and that's absolutely awesome. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and I hope you guys... Man, we're up to 43 now. But, I hope you guys... enjoy what's going on here. We're making a dive coaster for the people that have just joined. It looks like there's been quite a few people just joined recently, so we're just trying to do whatever, you know. We're not doing anything special today. We're just kind of messing around a little bit, as the title says, you know, doing stuff and playing coaster stuff. Or playing a coaster doing stuff. I never would think that would be kind of a catchy phrase for people to find the live stream, which is actually pretty cool. Have you ridden a dive coaster, and which one and where? So yes, I have. As I mentioned before, I've been to Cedar Point, and the only dive coaster I've been on was Valraven, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite ride in the park. I think it is a little bit overrated in a way, but I love the drop, and the last inversion's amazing. I love that last inversion where that last roll is just really awesome because it's like a slow motion roll at the end, and it is epic. It's really cool. All right, so this last roll, the smoothing on it was just bad. It's very bad. So we're just going to like smooth as much as we can until it does not smooth at all anymore. I don't know if we can do much more to it. What we're going to do actually to make this, see if I can't make this a little bit better, because I want to try and make it as flawless as possible. I will go ahead and change the banking offset, and that might help make it a little bit smoother. Whoops, going the wrong way. And we're going to have to change the direction just a little bit, and then do this. But you subbed, thank you, and welcome aboard. I hope you enjoy your stay here at JLW Games, is I guess what we'll call it. The name of the channel, of course. I hate it when the smooth tool does that. Gets rid of the inversion the way I had it. Alright, so I guess I'll just twist you around and just try and do this. 3,182 subs. I thought I was in the 90s last I checked. I don't know if it like updates slower or whatnot, but last I checked on my channel, it was actually it actually was over 19 or 90. Oh, come on, don't do that to me. Alright. Maybe a little smooth tool magic. Don't get rid of my inversion, please. Alright. Maybe that will make that roll just a little bit better and smoother. And that's what we're going to hope here. Actually does look a little bit better so far. But, what do I know? I'm still learning. Did I like Millennium Force and Magnum XL 200? Yeah, they were great. Absolutely. Absolutely loved those rides. Those rides are really good. Magnum XL 200 was great. A little bit older, but, you know, for what it is, it was a fantastic ride. Airtime's really good. Or Millennium Force was great. A lot of people say it's overrated. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was fun. Of course, that's coming from a guy that hasn't ridden as many roller coasters as I should have and throughout my years, which I'm improving that number, definitely. I don't know if I can select all of this. I don't know how well that's going to work. Actually, the shaping looked kind of weird after I did that. Smoothing's always kind of tricky. It's like trying to get it as best as I can. But am I excited for Mystic Timbers? Absolutely. I will be riding Mystic Timbers this year because I will be taking a trip out to Kings Island again. Last year, I went to Kings Island and Cedar Point, and that was it. This year, I'm expanding the trip a little bit more, and I'm actually going to Cedar Point, Kings Island once again, so we're doing those two once again, and Holiday World and Six Flags Great America, so we'll also be near Chicago as well. So we're going to 4 parks this year instead of just 2, and we're taking a little bit of a longer trip. I'm very excited, and we'll be there towards the end of May, mid-May, is when we're going on this trip, about when all these parks pretty much open. It's going to be a lot of fun. Have I ever tried making a dark ride before? Yes, I have. Successfully. I don't really know if I've really made one successfully. But, yes, I have. You're going to get Planet Coaster on your birthday? Great birthday present because this game's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I would love to go to King's Dominion, and I would love to go all the parks, honestly. Your computer can't run it. Oh, that sucks. Save up, man, and get that PC of your dreams. I actually got my PC when I graduated from high school. It was actually my parents' graduation gift to me. Actually, one thing before I do this. Stop changing my lift hill speed. It's probably down to 4. No, it's still at 7. Okay. It didn't change it, but it just seemed really slow. Where do I live? In Missouri, I'll say that. Say whoop whoop. There you go, I just said it, reading your comment. Top Thrill Dragster is like Accelerator but bigger. I have seen both of them. I've actually ridden Top Thrill Dragster when I went to Cedar Point. I got to 2 rides on Top Thrill Dragster. And I have not been on Accelerator, but the props of Accelerator has a little bit more than just the hill. It actually has 2 overbank turns, I think, or something like that, which is actually a little bit more unique because it has more to it. Would I like to see shows added to the game in April updates? I don't know about so much the April update. Maybe eventually shows would be actually really cool to have. I think, you know, where you can add like actual theaters and stuff like that, that are actually interactive with guests. That's a little bit better. I think that would be a cool thing. But as for the April update, I hope they kind of focus on maybe, I don't know, maybe adding transfer tracks. I think they're going to add go-karts. That's one thing that's everything but confirmed. And stuff like that. Would you submit your coaster designs to B&M and get feedback on it? I mean, why not? I mean, this is a very unique design. I don't think it would be... I don't know if they would actually make this because the last version is just a little bit slow. And it might have rollbacks, but... But anyways, very, very, very awesome. Yeah, that was a lot better. I think the last version turned out just a lot better. I hope one thing I hope they do in the new update in April, big time, is more train types. Like, I can't stress this enough. Like, I'm making Outlaw Run in the recreation, and it uses the custom, it uses the custom Rocky Mountain construction trains. I don't know of any wooden RMC that uses like the gravity group trains. There might be out there, don't get me wrong, there might be, but most of them use their custom engineered trains that RMC actually has, which is actually on the steel coaster, the iBox track train, which is the one I want on Outlaw Run, and make the trains a little bit more customizable. A lot of people have been telling Frontier this stuff, so knowing Frontier, I'm sure they will do it. They are very good at listening to the fans of what we want in these games. So I have no doubt in my mind Frontier is going to make the right decision. Now we're just doing kind of a third-person view. Do I interact with any other Planet Coaster YouTubers, like Channel 5 Gaming? I don't think I've ever seen Channel 5 Gaming. It sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've ever seen them. I've never really interacted with any other YouTubers, honestly, like any YouTubers, period. And I have talked to, I have had a, I don't know if I'd call it a conversation, but Silverette has commented on my videos before and stuff like that, which is just special to me. So I know Silverette has seen some of my content, which is obviously awesome, and I couldn't imagine doing a collab or something with him. It would just blow me away, and it would be a great experience to actually, get some tips and stuff like that from someone like Silverette, because he is like the king of Planet Coaster. Anyways, moving on. Have I ever been on a roller coaster that is on a beach or over water? The closest I have ever been is Cedar Points, which is, surrounded by the beach, but not really on, none of the coasters are really on the beach, but that's the closest I've ever been. Can you please tell us about SDC Spinning Coaster? I actually made a full video, or a full live stream, talking about it, and there's actually a website that you can go to. I think it's on Screenscape that has some really good pictures of the current. Here, let's go cinematic. We haven't done cinematic. They actually have some really good pictures of the construction site right now, and I've actually been by it quite a few times during the off season, and they're making some progress over there. Now, I can't 100% guarantee that it's going to be a spinning coaster. I think it's 99.999% confirmed at this point. It's anything but confirmed. But I know the people that actually know what's going in. They haven't told me, obviously, but it's very easy to figure out what, just read some of the fan sites and stuff like that, and they'll go over all the stuff like that. They definitely know all about it. Getting a little behind in the comments again, I'm sorry. Trying to stay up, but I try to get nice answers for each one of them. Weenie. Yes, weenies. I know Silverette and his weenies. Alright, I can say that this live stream has worked a lot better than yesterday's. Two things you want in the April updates, and that at least is transfer track and test seat. Test seat would be really cool as well. I think you could actually make one with the shapes if you're very talented, but to actually have a prop test seat would actually be really neat as well. That would be something. I don't think they would add that just yet, since I don't think that's something that would be very, very high demand. But transfer track might be something that's definitely kind of high demand in a way. I should make a Star Wars roller coaster. My gosh, that would be awesome. I've seen some really good ones out there, and I don't know if I could make anything as good. So I don't know. I think that's kind of why I've never done anything. I do want to make something kind of movie related, maybe like a park that's movie related, whether it's Harry Potter or, you know, Star Wars or something really nerdy like that, Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. I would love to make a park around that stuff. I just don't, I want to wait until, you know, I'm a little bit more talented and stuff like that. And all that stuff. Alright, so what are the right stats? I'll definitely look at that in just a second, don't worry. Have I been to Knott's Berry Farm? No, I have not, but I would love to. Definitely. Have I heard the Christmas in Midtown Light Show coming to SDC? I definitely know about Midtown Light Show. I knew that before anybody, because they announced it to us before they announce it to the regular public. So yes, they're going to be adding 1.5 million more lights to Silver Dollar City during Christmas this year. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So that's pretty much going to be cool. And they're actually adding 200 more menu items to the food this year in Silver Dollar City. That is amazing to me. 200 new food, and I've actually already tried some of them because I get the privilege of trying the stuff before they actually release it to the public. So I actually got to try some of the new stuff. It's like heaven on some of those things. Some of those are so good. The food in SDC this year, if you come to SDC, make sure you try some of the new food. Like, oh my gosh. And make sure you go to the Fried Bread Company too. Those things are delicious. The food at SDC, absolutely wonderful, and you know, when I'm there trying to get lunch and stuff, I have never have any issues because the food is all delicious over there. All right, let's check some stats over here. I know that was asked a little while ago, so I want to make sure we get to that. So here we go. The duration of 116.9 seconds is a pretty decent long ride. Just under 2 minutes, so it's not too short, but a length of 4,004 feet, that's pretty long. Max speed of 88 miles per hour, which is much faster than Valraven. I think Valraven is 75. Average speed of 23 miles an hour. The biggest drop of 261 feet. That is huge. That is awesome. But number of inversions, 4. Airtime count, actually 3 airtime moments. That's awesome. Not much airtime duration, but 3 airtime moments. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, we need to fix the terrain. We're not done. I know we're not done, so don't worry about all that. We're gonna get to all this stuff. We're not done just yet. We're gonna have to change the color scheme and also work a little bit on the terrain as well. So the first thing I want to do is actually add a little bit of an awesome tunnel right here at the bottom of the drop. That'd be awesome. I'm gonna try and maybe decorate it a little bit more to make it just a little bit better. All right. Usually when I make these, I usually go inside as well and just kind of touch up on the inside and make it a little bit wider because I feel like it's just a little bit, always a little bit too much here. So I usually kind of push it away from the track just a bit. That way no one's going to lose a limb or anything. Because I care about my guest safety even if they're not real people. Even if they're video game characters. Have I ever recreated any roller coasters off camera that you haven't seen yet? Not that I know of. Every recreation I've done, I believe I've recorded or done it in a live stream. As far as I know, I don't remember recreating any other rides. As far as off the top of my head, I don't remember making any. What's my opinion of what's in the shed? I don't know, but I get to figure out what's in the shed in May because I can't wait to go to Kings Island this year. I've heard different rumors of like drop tracks or maybe some really cool special effects, but we'll just have to see. I think it's going to be really cool, whatever it is. Obviously, it better be cool. Hopefully it's nothing disappointing. The way they've hyped it up and stuff, I'm sure it's going to be really cool. But I just want to put a little bit of a tunnel here. I'm going to decorate it, but a little bit more. Make it look like it's more natural as well. Kind of blend it in to the rest of the terrain. That's what we're going to do. It's always hard to focus on this and answer questions at the same time. I apologize. You are my favorite Planet Coaster YouTuber. Oh, thanks. Are you sure? Have you seen Silverette's? He might be your favorite if you haven't seen him. Make sure you check out Silverette if you haven't. Like, he'll become your favorite Planet Coaster YouTuber. He is so good. Video game lives matter. Yes, character lives matter. Yes, they do. They're just teasing people and they won't put anything in it. That would be kind of terrible if they didn't actually put anything in it. Have I been to Canada's Wonderland before? It is a park in Canada. It is a Cedar Fair park in Canada. I have not been there. I have been very close to it. I actually was on a trip one time in Canada, so I actually did visit Canada, and it was a very fun trip, actually. I had a lot of fun, and my group didn't go to Canada's Wonderland, so no, I was not able to go. I wish I would have been able to, though. I should make a coaster that goes underground for a long path with fire and stuff. A lot of special effects. I might add some special effects in the tunnel and stuff, but I want to try and make sure it's still a little bit realistic. So I'm a little iffy on the fire. You should compose a song to go with your coaster. I probably could, you know. I've actually before, you know, one of my other passions is actually music, and I've done a lot with I actually have my own music channel. A lot of people don't know. I do have my music channel. It came before this channel, and I did little things there. I haven't been on that channel probably in at least like a year or so. It's been ages since I've been on my music channel, which I want to get back to so much because I love playing music and stuff. And when I do music, it's usually like, I know it's like jazz and stuff, but I was very huge in like jazz band and concert band and marching band. I loved marching band so much. And, you know, I was also, you know, involved in sports as well at the same time. So I wasn't like a complete nerd loser kind of person. So I still like played football, track, and I was still in all that stuff. I was very involved in a lot of extracurricular activities when I was in school. And I miss a lot of them, like a lot of them, to be honest. I'm getting very behind on comments. I'm sorry. Okay, let me try and read here. Everyone like his video, thank you. You don't have to. If you don't like it, don't like it. I mean, it's up to you. That like button's there for your opinion. You like me better because I upload more than Silverette's. You know, I only, at the moment, uploading more. You know, it's probably going to slow down here in the next week or so because I'm going to have my full-time job coming up, which is going to try and interfere. But I am going to do my best to get stuff out every day. I don't know if I'll be able to live stream every day like I have been lately, but I'm going to do my best. Like, I'm very motivated lately, and I'm going to do my best to try and stay as active as possible. I get in the habit of, you know, going inactive for a bit, and I don't want that to happen. You know, very often, occasionally, you might see a day without a video, but my goal is to try and to get content out to you guys every single day, and I'm trying to be very committed to that, and at the same time, I don't want to try and sacrifice, you know, quantity and quality. You know, you have that mix there. You know, I don't want to overdo it with quantity and forget about quality, because I try my best to make quality videos at the same time. And, you know, Planet Coaster is very easy to edit, especially the time lapses. You play for an hour, you just speed the video up. You don't really have to do any cuts, really at all, because, you know, it's a time lapse. and you just do commentary over it. It doesn't take too long to make these videos, and that's why I've been posting a lot of Planet Coaster lately, and why it's the thing I do the most, because it's the easiest thing to record as well. All right, let's try and shape this up a little bit. I'm almost thinking about making this a two-parter, because I still have, oh gosh, it's after 10 o'clock and I still have to record another video tonight. So I don't want to cut anything short tonight, as much as I don't want to cut anything short. I mean, because there's a lot of stuff I still want to do, and I'm liking this. This might be a coaster I might even, maybe do into another live stream maybe or something like that, and then possibly even work it into a cinematic video, kind of like what I did with Alcon, because Alcon was a lot of fun, and I made that in one stream. But I'd like to make one, with a little bit more effort, kind of like this one. I might still adjust the track a little bit more. There's still some wonky spots within the track here, so quite interesting. And by no means is this kind of a live stream where I'm doing like full potential efforts. Those are going to be, my effort is going to be more focused on my recreations and my other series that I'm doing. These are just kind of a for fun thing, and kind of more just a little bit of practice, is what it is. And man, I'm getting off track and not getting to your guys' comments. I'm sorry. Okay, track is really cool. What events did I do? I was a sprinter / long distance runner, so I didn't do any field. I just did track. I didn't really want to do any field events. They just weren't my thing, so I stuck to just track. So I did, I mainly did the mile, the half mile. Sometimes I would do, and a lot of the times I was in the 4x100 meter relay, so that was a sprinting event, and I did pretty decent. I never got any medals in the mile, but I did really good in the half mile. I really enjoyed the half mile a lot. I did not really care for the mile, but it was a lot of fun. I did track for quite a few years. I don't think I didn't do track all 4 of my high school years. I did it both years in junior high and 2 years in high school, so that's how that worked. I think I did 2 years. Maybe I just did 1 year in high school. I can't remember. And then I was also in football for quite a while. I was a running back and linebacker. I was a linebacker on defense, which that was fun. I love football, the sport of football, and it was a lot of fun to hit some people very so often, and take it out. When you have a bad day at school, it was nice at practice to just be able to hit people. It was a lot of fun. Especially some of the people I didn't really like on the team, so that was even better. Alright, sorry. Can you download Planet Coaster on a different computer and be on the same Steam account? It won't work for me. No. It's kind of like a you can have, alright, this is what it goes onto your account, and if you download it to another computer, as far as I know, you have to be logged in to use it. So I don't believe it works, but you can share it with other people. I believe you can actually use a share feature, but you can't play it at the exact same time. If I am absolutely correct. If I am correct. I'm not entirely sure. So anyways, that's going to be this for right now. I'm going to go ahead and save this because I haven't saved it yet. Let's just call this Dive Terrain Coaster. Terrain. I always end up spelling terrain wrong. It's A-I-N. I always spell it the other way, so I thought I was right this time. Terrain Dive Coaster. Dive Terrain Coaster. That's good. Good enough. You're my favorite YouTuber. Oh, thank you so much. That's always nice to hear. It makes my day when I make someone's day or something like that. How long do you think you will be doing YouTube? Until YouTube dies. As far as I would love to make this my full-time job, to be honest. If I could make YouTube a full-time job, I would be so happy. Like, that would be the dream job for me, to literally play Planet Coaster for you guys all day long, every single day. That would be a huge honor. And I'm not to that point yet, obviously. I mean, I do make an income on YouTube, not a lot, but it is another income, and it's very nice to go along with my job. And that's not the reason why I've done YouTube. I've done YouTube way before I knew you could actually make money on it. There was a YouTube channel, my first YouTube channel. I actually was posting a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 stuff. It was before I did any Let's Plays or commentaries and stuff like that, and it was so fun. And I made some really fun stuff, and I don't even remember the name of that YouTube channel. I think it was like JJJJ Wendell or something like that. It was my first YouTube channel, and it was ridiculous. And then I decided to make my own YouTube channel. I made a music channel. And then after that, I was like, I want to try and record some video games. I love YouTube games or playing games, so I'm going to try and do some YouTube. So that's when JLW Games was born. Back in 2014, I started it. And if YouTube became my day job, oh my gosh, I would be doing so much too, like more than you see now. I'd be live streaming every single day probably, and posting videos every single day, which I'm already trying to do that now, and if I can get to that point, that'd be amazing. The channel's been growing greatly lately, and we hit 3,000 not even a full month ago, and we're already very close to 3,200. If we're not already hit it already. Usually after every live stream, I get a couple more subs, which is absolutely awesome. And, I love each and every one of you. You guys are so cool. And because you guys are so nice in the comments. And occasionally we get those spammers, but you give them warnings and stuff, but it's all cool. Do I ever play Call of Duty Battlefield Tom Clancy series? Yes. I actually will say no, yes. I don't play Call of Duty. I've never been a big fan of Call of Duty. I've played the games before, and I just never got into Call of Duty that much. I prefer Battlefield, and I actually played Battlefield, I think it was 4. Yeah, Battlefield 4? I think? I can't remember. I haven't played it in a while for the Xbox One and stuff. And it was really fun. I didn't play it for very long, but I actually thought it was really good. And I didn't get through the whole thing. And then as for Tom Clancy, I have played The Division, but that is it. And I wasn't very impressed with The Division. I think it had good potential, but I wasn't super impressed with it completely. So I haven't played it since. But some games I do like to come back to. Have I heard to the Six Flags parks coming to China, Taiwan, and I never pronounce this right. Is it Dubai or Dhabi? Dubai? I can never pronounce it. I've seen that word so many times. All right, I'm gonna actually go down back to the main menu. Next episode, we're gonna focus on scenery, a little bit more terraforming and stuff like that. For that, I'm not ending the stream yet. Don't worry. I have a couple things I want to show you guys actually. But yeah, I actually have heard of those Six Flags parks coming, and it actually sounds really cool. And a lot of people say that's why they're kind of having a down year this year for Six Flags, and they're kind of disappointing rides wise and stuff like that. But Ghost Recon and Ghost Recon Wildlands, the open beta is out, and it impressed me. I might check it out. Money's starting to get a little bit tight lately until I start back work up next week, so I don't know if I can really buy anything. As for open beta, I'm sure open beta is usually free, so Doobie. So is it Doobie or Dubai? Is it Dubai or Doobie? B or buy? I don't know. I'm not good at pronunciation. I'm sorry. I was not smart. I'm not a smart child, okay? I'm not a smart kid. This is why I never got accepted into college, okay? But anyways, there's Outlaw Run. Silver Dollar City's part of Silver Dollar City's recreation. Let me see if it's actually on here still. The inspiration for today, right here, the terrain dive coaster. I built this back in the alpha stage, and I actually was trying to record it, and it was actually the time, quite frankly, where I was having recording issues, so I never got it done. Can we be friends on Facebook? I don't know if you can like the Facebook page, but I try to kind of avoid, my fans or any subscribers kind of being, because I only friends with Facebook with people I know personally, kind of. Not that I don't, dislike you guys and as friends and stuff. I always think you guys are all my friends, but my personal kind of Facebook is kind of like my personal life and stuff. So, but if you guys want to like the YouTube or the Facebook page on JLW Games, and we can always be talking there and stuff like that and messaging each other there. Like, I have no problem with that. No problem with that. But I try to keep my my personal YouTube kind of away from all this stuff, all my other stuff. So this is a kind of like what I was thinking about today. Like, I thought about this coaster that I made back in like alpha, and I kind of wanted to show it off to you guys. It was a little bit more of a regular dive design, because it starts with the emblem, then it goes into the brake run, and then a dive loop, and then just kind of roll. It kind of was a little inspired by it kind of has a very similar layout to Valraven. So as you can see, it has the exact same elements as Valraven, an emblem, a dive loop, and then, kind of like this roll right before the end of the ride. So let's take a ride on this real quick. Why not? I made this back in alpha, so I don't know how smooth it is, because they've improved the smooth tool since the release date, or the smoothing anyways. What is my favorite coaster that I have made? Probably the Iron Ghost and my Westwood series. That is probably by far my favorite roller coaster I've probably made. But anyways, I am on, I have a Twitter, Facebook. If you guys, again, want to add me on there, those are available. It's just JLW Games, like always. Not many people follow there, and I advertise it quite a bit. So, again, like... But, what was I saying? Not many people follow me on, like, Facebook and Twitter and stuff. I think I have quite a few on Twitter now. I actually have them linked, so when I post on one, it will actually post on the other one. But anyways, yeah, this is a terrain dive coaster I made. It was kind of fun. I made it off screen, but I never made a video on it because I was having recording issues at the time. And I actually made it back in alpha, I believe, like alpha 2 or 3. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. But if anyone's interested in, I try and keep updates on there and try and tease like future videos as well. I'll always do that, like on Facebook and stuff. It's always fun. But I do have an Instagram as well. I believe, let me check real quick. I believe it is JLW Games as well. And I don't mind Instagram as well. You can add me on Instagram because I'm not on Instagram very often. Not very familiar with it as much as I am with like Facebook and stuff. Facebook is like the #1 thing that I probably will be the most active on. Let me take a look at Instagram. I believe it's JLW Games. What is this? I don't know. Like, because I hardly know how to use this. Alright, I have quite a few followers. But anyways, this is the dive coaster I made. It's really cool. Is it Joe Wendell? The official Instagram for JLW Games. Yeah, it's under JLW Games. Everything's lowercase, though. Favorite coaster I rode? I think someone just answered it. Maverick at Cedar Point. They may have not been here earlier in the stream, so it's okay. I'll say it again. You can't give Maverick too much. You can never talk about Maverick too much. Maverick is awesome. All right, so I just wanted to show that off a little bit because it was something I did off screen. I wanted to show you guys a little bit of stuff that I've done off screen just for fun. What's the #1 thing I want to be added to Planet Coaster? That is a very tough question because there's multiple things I would love to be added. Definitely a lot of things. The one that is one of my biggest pet peeves is like different train styles and more customization to the trains themselves. And also, like, I'm going to give multiple things out here. So, like, I want the RMC trains on the wooden RMCs. Like, I definitely want those RMC trains. Big time. That is one big thing. Another big thing, custom billboards, custom images where we can put our own images in. And then that is another big thing I would love to see. I went to downloads, I don't know why. But that's another one thing I would love to see. And then what was also what I was thinking? Also custom signs that don't have a background, so they're just letters. I would also love that because my Outlaw Run sign just kind of like has this sign, and it's just letters and the actual logo, so it was kind of weird. And hopefully maybe that happens. So as for my Silver Dollar City recreation, I will be updating that as the park, updates their stuff as well. Like, or if the game updates and I can do something better, I will change that. So, do I have any advice? Sorry, I'm trying to get through all these. Did I skip any questions? I think everyone's good. All right, and do I have any advice for you? Your videos suck. Oh, don't put yourself down too bad. I mean, we all start somewhere. And I probably sucked at one point too. I'm gonna admit I'm not that great. So as for making videos, literally you gain stuff from experience. Really just from experience. I would go watch other professional YouTubers. I call them pro YouTubers. If they make a living on YouTube, I'll call them professionals. But just kind of watch other videos, like maybe watch some Silverette, or even if you like watching me, watch a lot of me. Kind of see how they edit the videos, see what they do, and stuff like that. A great program to use, I don't know what you use to record, but OBS is a great starting point because it's a free program. If you get the settings right and stuff, you can get it without lag with some pretty decent... sorry, I'm trying to show you guys stuff at the same time. I'm just rambling on answering you guys, but I'm sure you guys like that. But yeah, just literally just kind of watch other guys, get inspired and stuff like that, and really just work hard. Just work hard. That's the main advice I have. Your first or second on video got like 500 views because it was so stupid. Hey, my first video, I think, on YouTube, let's see, none of you do this, don't do this. I'm warning you, like, my first video on this channel is absolutely terrible. Don't, you guys are probably all gonna look it up, but it was a Minecraft video. I actually did a Minecraft series to start the channel off, and it was because I was trying so hard to be funny, and it just turned out so stupidly. Like, I sounded like an idiot. Like, I think I started with a really stupid accent. I think I started out like, "Hey, YouTube." I don't even know what kind of accent it was. "It's Joe from JLW Games." I think I was doing something like that. But, you're welcome. You're welcome. Like, I don't know. I'm not very good at advice, but if I had to give advice, just watch other, people that you love watching. And kind of look at their style. Anyways. But my most viewed video is on a Roller Coaster Tycoon World update video, and it got like 48,500 views, which I was surprised about, to be honest. And, yeah, and I think my second most viewed video after that is like 18,000, so... I don't know where all those views came from for that video, but it was pretty insane. And I hope to maybe someday have that number for every video. Alright, I remember this park. I need to finish this park. I was so close to finishing this park. I need to finish it. A lot of people said I need to finish it, and I do. I really do. Let's see. I don't know if there's really much off-screen stuff I do. That I really want to show anyways. Here's Super City. I think that was a challenge park I was working on. It didn't really turn out well. Anyways. Creature Awakens, there's a lot. I need to get back to the career modes. How is the dueling RMC coaster coming along and the Six Flags park? I haven't worked on it since the episode I made it, so I haven't worked on it yet, so it's about the same. About the same. Here's Silver Dollar City. I actually need to make some modifications to that because there's some stuff I want to change in there. Already wanting to improve that. Midway Park, I remember that. Cedar Points. The Grand Plaza. I remember this one. I started this one about a month ago, almost. Have I ever considered recreating Disney World or Disneyland? It's never really crossed through my mind. I mean, yeah, I probably could, but I don't know. I just never got the motivation to make a park like that. I mean, because it's kind of one of those ones that everyone would want to do. I'm going to check this park out. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I mean, they're awesome. No, don't look at them. Dude, I told you not to look at that video. Do I need to go back to Minecraft, guys? Do you think I need to go back to Minecraft? Making shelter. I remember when I made that. I was literally trying to be cool. I don't know. I was trying to be funny. I don't know why. So here's an interesting development. I don't even remember this park very well. I called it the Grand Plaza. It's a sandbox park, so oh my gosh. I think it was kind of like my own personal story park, kind of like I was adding new things each and every year. I think that's kind of what this was. Scream Machine. I was very original with that name. Like, I hardly remember this park. Very, very simple wooden coaster. Nothing fancy there. Very simple entrance. It's kind of like, I think the vision here was kind of similar to Central Ridge here. But I don't know. Have I ridden a 4D coaster? I have not, actually. I would love to. Definitely would love to. If they ever add like a 4D free spin to Six Flags St. Louis, I kind of want to do that. Hey, let's not post these videos of Joe being dumb. Let's not. You need to go back to Minecraft. I wouldn't mind playing Minecraft again. I mean, it's kind of, I'm not gonna compare it to playing a coaster, but I went through a Minecraft phase where I was creating some really cool things. Like I made this, me and Sapphire Jess actually made this really awesome functional maze. We need to show that off. It was on Xbox 360. I think we actually imported it to the Xbox One version as well, so we can actually play it on Xbox One. I need to go back and show you guys that, because we actually were making a part 2 as well, but we never finished it. But anyways, all right, so we all need to go back to Minecraft. What kind of music do I listen to? I pretty much listen to everything. Here, we'll ride this while, oops. But I kind of listen to everything, including like classical and jazz, because I grew up playing that stuff in band and stuff, so I loved classical and jazz a lot, quite a bit, you know. I had a big rock music phase. I love rock, classic rock, pop, like pretty much everything. I'm not a big fan of country, like, never have been a big fan of country. There's probably a couple songs I might like, but never been a fan of country. That's probably about the only one. And I'm not a big fan of rap either. I mean, there's rap songs that I do like out there, but nothing that I've really cared for a whole lot. I love your guys' questions, though. It keeps me a little bit busy in the stream and keeps the commentary going, too. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I heard the 4D free spins were pretty rough. Sorry, I'm a little behind on that response, but do it on PC so you can have more mods, though. Oh, yeah. Definitely, because I do have Minecraft on PC as well. But the maze that we made is on Xbox One, and I would love to show that off. Like, trust me, it was actually really fun. We actually had our friends play it, and if they could get through the maze, you know, who'd get through the maze first. And it was actually a very challenging maze, too. Minecraft's a lot of fun, and I wouldn't mind doing Minecraft, but it's just an overdone thing, so it never really got views, so I never really got into it too much. Can I visit back to the beta park that I made before? I believe I know which one you're talking about, if I'm correct. The one that I did not finish, that I kind of ended because I didn't really care what it was, how it was turning. Joker at Six Flags, Great Adventures, fun and smooth. Techno music, that's pretty good too. I like techno, quite a bit of techno. Build one more small ride, please. Make a kiddie coaster. I don't know if I'm going to really make much more. I'm actually going to probably end the stream very soon here. As much as I love hearing your guys' questions and stuff. It's actually keeping me pretty entertained. But I have to record something for tomorrow. If you guys want a video tomorrow, I have to get the stream ending pretty soon. If you do if you would do a collab, who would it do it with? Silverette, hands down. I mean, I would love to do other ones if I have opportunities for the other ones, obviously. You know, like Flabaliki and who else is there? There's a lot of them. Delay Designer and Silverette obviously is #1 for me because I feel like I would learn the most from him. And then they're doing a collab over there with Delay Designer, Silverette, and Corrales. They're doing a collab on Koali Beach. That park looks awesome. I'm really excited. I've been watching that every so often as well. Really cool. But I wouldn't actually even mind finding maybe some smaller YouTubers to collab with and, you know, just kind of help each other out. You know, that's a good way of actually building channels. It's actually doing some collabs with other people. It's actually really cool. Another question, please. What is your favorite coaster? I've answered this 2 more times, but obviously it is Maverick. I've said it before, and I know you probably weren't here for it, but Maverick at Cedar Point is my favorite coaster of all time that I've been on, obviously. As for some people, good night. Gotta get some sleep. Me too. But I have a lot. But if I have the opportunity to, you know, collab with a bigger YouTuber, I definitely would. You know, I've never actually tried contacting some of them, but I'm actually surprised that maybe, like, I haven't even heard anything from Frontier, and not that I'm like, oh, I should get recognized from Frontier, but I've not heard a single thing from them, because they've invited, you know, a lot of different Planet Coaster users to some of their conventions and stuff to play the game and stuff for them. Like Silverette got invited to that, Delay Designer, and at the time, Delay Designer only had like a couple thousand subs, kind of like almost like me. She was almost as small as me. She was a little bit bigger, but I haven't watched her as much, but I was like, I feel like I should be able to get that recognition too. But I'm not gonna be selfish, obviously. But anyways. And I've been doing a lot of Planet Coaster lately, so maybe my goal is to get recognized by Frontier someday. I would love to get recognized by Frontier. I don't know if they've ever seen any of my videos or stuff like that. And I'm sorry, I feel like I missed it something. How about Ollie43? I've watched a little bit of him, not a whole lot, so I haven't watched his channel as that much. I don't know exactly how big his channel is, but maybe I can kind of man up and maybe try and maybe contact some of these YouTubers and say, hey, you know, I'm kind of a little smaller channel, but I'm kind of growing, you know, and maybe we can do a collab together. You know, maybe one of them will accept. You know, you never know. You never know. I was gonna go look at that other park that another person was talking about. That I think they said I made in beta, which I believe was JLW Park. It was this one. That's the one. Send Frontier an email. Again, I don't want to like ask like begging for attention or anything, but it kind of made my motivations go down a little bit at one point, because I'm like, wow, some of these smaller YouTubers are getting recognized from Frontier, and you know, I'm a smaller channel and stuff, and they never see me. You know, maybe I'm not doing good enough on, you know, my tags and stuff, so they can't find it. So I don't know. I know I sound a little bit more kind of, I don't know. Kind of sound a little ignorant there, but that's not the intention, you know. I remember this park. Man, I was explaining this park. You know, a lot of people hated that I kind of gave up on this park. A lot of people, you know, liked this park a lot, and I did at first. I was enjoying it a lot, and then after a while, I was just kind of, once I got to about the dive coaster, I was just kind of like, I was just kind of like, I'm not really caring for this park too much. I don't know what it was. You know, I just felt like it wasn't great. And this park, actually, if it wasn't for this park, it might have not have been expired. And inspired by Westwood, because this is actually where Westwood kind of came from, is the Westwood section of the park here in this park. Because I actually, and here's Stampede. I actually have, this is actually on the Steam Workshop. A lot of people enjoyed this one quite a bit, and actually downloaded it and put it in their parks, which is actually kind of neat, This is kind of the ride that gave me a little more experience, because I noticed that I put too many right turns on this ride as one left turn, and the rest are nothing but right turns. And that made me kind of a better player at that, or better at that, so... it made me kind of dislike this. I liked how it looked, but ride experience wise, it had too many right turns, and I critique myself all the time. I really do. So feel free to do the same. I feel like this park was forever ago, and people, once I got to the dive coaster, people kind of got a little upset with me because I made it a typical dive coaster with the Immelman, the brake run, and then, stuff like that. It had 4 inversions, but, it had 3 inversions. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I had to count there. But, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of flat rides, and then Spinsanity. It was kind of my first spinning coaster I ever made. I thought it looks appealing. It looks good. And stuff like that. And then as for, the drop tower, I thought was ugly too. Like, I actually will agree with you on that one. I wanted to do something different and try and make like a bigger building around it. And there's not enough details. I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, I'm so much better at building buildings. Man, like, I'm looking at this like, what kind of building is this? This is crap. I'm like, I'm so much better now. This one's not too bad, but it's still just kind of like, kind of bland and boring and stuff like that. Man, my building's come a long way. I would actually agree with myself there that it's come a long way, because these buildings are kind of boring, and I feel like I've done a little better. This one's not too bad, but the entrance, kind of, how many subs do I think I'll have by the end of the year? It's a good question. I actually set a goal. I set kind of these little goals for myself. I think I actually set one on my last milestone video. I think it was my 2,000 or 3,000 video. But my goal for this year, I think realistically, I can get to 6,000 to 7,000 this year if I keep it up. But a milestone goal, I want to hit 10,000 this year. That is my milestone goal, is to get up to 10,000 by December, by the end of December. I don't know if it will ever happen, and if it doesn't, it's cool. As long as I can keep active, I think I have a lot of potential. I really think I have a lot of potential. But that's me. And that's just kind of a milestone goal. But realistically speaking, I would love to hit 6,000 to 7,000. And that would be kind of insane for me. Your question, can you check out your recreation of Impulse at Knoebels on the workshop? I can check it out. But maybe not in the live stream. Maybe on the maybe I can queue it up for the next, community creations, because I'm gonna want to do one of those again soon as well, to where I look at your guys' stuff, and that's the kind of the purpose for that live stream. So I might save it for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at it in the Steam Workshop. You won't be able to see this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that for you. And that way I can have it subscribed. That way I can actually... Alright, so, what is it called? It is Impulse. Let's see if I can find it. Always hard to find some stuff sometimes. Alright, so it was... Alright, I found it. Yes, I found your recreation. I will subscribe to it now, and we will check it out in the next community stream. As far If you don't join on that stream, I will post it to YouTube, so if you want to check that out, most likely it will be on the next community stream. I don't know when that will be, unfortunately. I just kind of do it like, okay, I'm going to do this stream today, kind of. Maybe in the next couple days, we'll do another community stream. A lot of people like those me checking out your guys' creations, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It was a great stream, much better than yesterday since we had some technical difficulties yesterday. But I appreciate each and every one of you joining tonight. It was a really good stream. We had quite a few viewers, and I'm losing my voice, and I still need my voice to create a video tonight. So, check out your Six Flags Magic Mountain recreation. Was that the one that actually got featured? Because I actually think I already have it. Let me know right now if it is this one. Is it this one, or was it or did you create a different one? If I can even find the Magic Mountain recreation that I have, because I actually saw it at first before anyone told me about it. Anyways, let me know in the comment if that is yours or not. I'll see it. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. You guys have been awesome. I love each and every one of you. And I hope to see you guys in another live stream. I most likely will be live streaming again tomorrow. No problem. And I got a lot of work to do tonight. I'm going to be staying up pretty late because I have to record a video. I don't even know if I'm going to do a park video tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, I got a lot of work to do tonight to get for tomorrow, so I have to stay up pretty late so the video will come out on time tomorrow. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. Thank you guys so much, and goodbye.